Talk about a schoolyard barn burner for just scrap, man. This is literally, hey, 3 o'clock. Meet me in the you know what I mean, at the park, and we gonna get down. Andre Fili, Bill Algeo, man. Algeo, you gotta love the Wonder Boy esque karate style, throwing up unorthodox kicks. Every time you miss a kick, oh yeah, you missed that one, huh? And then Andre Fili not getting riled up by that and just saying, "What's up? I'll bite down on the mouthpiece and we can just kind of scrap." And then you know what, man? I think the fight's a little close. I'm gonna mix in a couple takedowns too. I'm gonna hold you there because I'm gonna show you I'm just supreme as a mixed martial artist, man. Bill Algeo was his game as they come, man. And you got to think that his stock rises even from this loss. But Andre Touchy Fili, given all the emotional baggage that he kind of put after the fight, which I don't really want to get into, you gotta just imagine, dude. Andre Fili he's hitting his stride, even though he has some big losses against big names. He's hitting his stride. What do you think?
Hitting his stride. It needed this fight to prove and solidify himself as a real deal contender in the featherweight division, man. This was a big fight for Fili because Algeo was on the rise, and Fili was kind of to a point in where his career, where it could have, this could have been a very detrimental loss.
Yeah.
It was a very big win for Fili, man. I agree. Both of these fighters earned a lot of fans in this one too.
Who do you think has the more impressive striking, man? Because it's hard to really, when you compare both of them, they're just different. It's just different, and that's okay, right? Obviously, Fili was doing a little better damage overall. Cut him up. Algeo was bloody and all that stuff. If you looked at Fili, he was covered in blood by the end of the fight right here. But in terms of like Algeo's unorthodox striking versus Andre Fili's just kind of, what's up then? Let's get down type. Which one do you like better? Which one do you prefer, I guess I should say?
Which one do I prefer? So I will still, even though he lost the fight, I'll still prefer the Algeo striking, man, especially the volume he's putting out. 246 total strikes thrown, 170 significant strikes thrown. Very impressive. And it's still landing a lot of those as well, man. I will say, though, the hand down, as much as even, it looks cool, it feels cool, hitting stuff, moving, doing the Olay on people's kicks. It's nice until one Olay catches you, and next thing you know, you're waking up in the locker room asking what happened.
You're not lying about that, man. I wanted to ask you real quick. Third round, Andre Fili has his back. He's trying to choke him out. He's not able to establish the choke because Bill Algeo's his rear naked choke defense is just spectacular given what we saw last night. He was hitting Andre Fili with probably like 20, 30 shots unanswered, right? Pot shots. They looked like it had a little leverage to it, though. They looked like it had a little sting. But if anything, if you're Fili, it probably just annoyed you, if anything else. Like, it didn't hurt. It probably just annoying. It's like, all right, bro, like, let me just fucking hurry up and choke you the fuck out, right? How do you, if you're a judge, how do you score that?
I don't really give it too much weight, but I was curious if that's why I won another one for the split decision as well. If this really did, because I had this one for Fili, man. I thought Fili really outshined in this fight and performed better for the fighter that he is and who it could be. But so I wonder how much weight a lot of the judges put on that, because he agreed getting out of that rear naked choke and like literally where he trapped his arm underneath, or I had Fili's arm trapped underneath his own arm, and it completely out of danger. So you feel willing enough to throw little pot shots going. Shows that you're comfortable. Shows that you know what's going on. You control the situation. But it's not really damage. If you ever take one of those punches, it's like, yeah, all right, word. It is what it is. So I wouldn't put too much weight on those myself.
Yeah.
I'm curious if these judges did, but would you?
I wouldn't. I did see a lot of people were giving Algeo the round because of that, and I understand why. Because when you have a fighter that you want to see win, and you're like, well, damage reigns supreme. He's damaging him. He's doing more, and it's like, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. But Andre Fili has his back and has his arm around his neck. So it's just like, this is kind of to a degree, and this is why a lot of people probably thought Tyler Santos should have won the championship against Valentina. Same situation. Valentina is just punching the shit out of Santos, but Santos has her back, has her arm around the neck, and is making her fight from submission attempts for the entire round. So, like, you can see merit there. I just think that at the end of the day, the more dangerous position, and maybe I'm a hypocrite. Maybe Santos should have won over Shevchenko, given, the logic that we're using now, but I'll just put that there. Big win.